Hello, so I'm back. I've gotten pretty good at setting things up in my 4-jaw chuck, getting things nice and straight, machining the parts that I'm looking to machine, which is this guy here. Basically we have, take this guy out for a second, we have 2 tubes of aluminium. They are lapped, I don't know what the correct term is, but I've got a groove running along in there so that I can rotate this one nicely. It's indexed by 3 little machine screws that I've driven through there, and this guy rotates against that guy. Not a lot of play, which is lovely. Then I have this brass piece here that sits nicely in there. It's got some more machining to go on the other end, but the idea is I want to turn this guy and have this guy move in and out. So I want to take a rotation and turn it into a linear motion. So I wanted to cut myself a thread, or basically a groove along here. But the groove that I wanted 1 turn per inch, or 1 thread per inch along here. So basically a 45-degree groove along there. So I went to the lathe. I figured that I wouldn't be able to cut it all sort of in one go. But I figured I'd take like a Dremel, put a little like 1/16 end mill on the end, mount that on the tool rest, and then set up the gears here to go 1 turn per inch. Right now the way it's set up is there's a 20 tooth here going into an 80, going into a 20, going into an 80. And if you reverse all of those, so you put an 80 here, a 20 there, an 80 there, and a 20 there, you would theoretically get 1 thread per inch. But when I do it set up that way, I try to turn this guy and look at the lead screw movement. Basically there's so much torque against this guy, these gears are plastic, that basically rip apart. So doing 1 thread per inch on this lathe does not make sense, even with my idea of mounting an end mill on the tool rest. So my question is, what suggestions do you have for cutting a 1 thread per inch groove along here? Basically I want a square cut Acme style groove that'll be indexed on some screws here. So I'll do 3 threads offset by 120 degrees each. But anyway, how do I get 1 groove along here at 1 thread per inch? Any suggestions that you may have would be appreciated. What I'm thinking about doing basically is, I think I have to go to a CNC type lathe / milling setup. And one way I could do it is I could get focus. I could run a stepper motor geared down to drive the lead screw, have another stepper motor here geared appropriately to drive the chuck, and I could move the tool rest compound in this way while moving that one that way very precisely with an end mill mounted on the tool, and that would make my groove. That's one idea. Another idea is trying to CNC this work here and just make a custom made very light chuck CNC type operation just for cutting this 1 thread per inch groove here. But I imagine people on the internet will have better ideas, so I'm turning to you for better ideas. Please, I'd appreciate your thoughts, because this thing's coming along nicely, and that is the next hard piece, is working out how to turn rotation into linear. So basically I want to rotate this once, and this thing to come out about that far, or rotate it back the other way and go in the same direction. So that's what I'm working on. Any ideas? Appreciated. Thanks a lot. Bye.